Hello. Let's see if it's working. Hello. Here I am, back and ready for some fun. So how is everybody? Yeah, I had some starting issues. It wouldn't hook up to the live stream, and I was trying to change the thumbnail because I would like the live stream to not, because that apparently that's the new thing, you know, the cool kids, is to not have a a custom thumbnail on your live stream, but have, just a picture from the live stream, because the idea is that the thumbnail should be kind of a window into the live stream, and as same custom thumbnail isn't really that. So that kind of makes sense. However, I can't remove it from the YouTube live stream setting because my live streams come with some default things, so I have to figure out how to change that. But I can change that now, apparently. I can remove it afterwards, but not while the live stream is running. I don't know. Weird. But that's not really why we're here. So let's see. Hello, Jacob Allen. Hello, Kelsosa. Hello, Hattie. To remake the stream starting clip with Lomani character from Gonako. Yeah, okay, yeah, this one. Yeah, that's right. But this is actually a really old clip. But yeah, you're right. I have some other stuff. I have some other footage here also. But that's more kind of a B-roll kind of thing. And then I have this one. And what is this? Oh, that's just the intro thing. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, fair enough. But anyway, so what's the status? Where are we? Okay, so let me take that first. Let me see if this live stream is still okay. That's good. I can see some stats. Perfect. Okay, so what happened in February? Not much. Why? Well, first of all, I've been on vacation time in Denmark, ski vacation thingy, so that's all good. I'm home for that. That's not nice. But prior to that, I was like feeling kind of under the weather. I was not low on energy, some winter darkness thing, or stress, or half flu, I don't know. Anyway, so I cut down on the development time, or on the game dev time, and then just, because after work I was like busted every day. So so I didn't get to do much. I did do a little stuff, which I can show you in a moment, but I didn't do much. But I hope to be able to go full steam ahead now. I'm here with a Dr. Pepper from Sweden. Yeah, I'm feeling better. So anyway, so what I have done, and maybe I should open up, let me see here. Let's see, don't we have this drawing thing here? Okay, so let me see, can I scroll? Where is everything? Hello? What? Okay, there it is. Okay, so, okay, here it is. So these are all some other things. So, how do I do these boxes? I can't remember. Okay, it was like that. Okay. On the corners. Okay. So basically, what is happening now, as you might remember from one of the previous post I made, I had a list of let's just find it quickly here. Not the updates 3 news. So I think it was the January one. No, it was not the January one. It was maybe this one. No. Where was it? Anyway, let's go to the roadmap, because that's really where it is. I also mentioned it in one of the news. But anyway, so this is kind of the rough roadmap, and in the order, I think this is kind of the order, but I can move things around, and maybe something is more important than other stuff. One thing that is actually what I'm working on now that is not in this list is upgrading to Unity 6. Wasn't it part of the update? Was it the updates? Was it the update history? I remember I did it here, like, so not here. No. Oh, that's the, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's more or less the same list as in the roadmap here. So what I'm working on now is actually what is not in the list here, because that is not in this list because it's not something that directly adds anything to the game. And that's about upgrading to Unity 6. The game currently runs on Unity 22 point something. And now that Unity 6 is out, I'm gonna upgrade to that. And I'm gonna do that as the first thing, and then because all of this will be, not because it's required to upgrade to Unity 6 to do all this, but it's best to do some major upgrade like that in the beginning of a developer's development cycle. So I find myself, or when some of you close beta or experimental testers test it, we find some issues that might be related to the engine upgrade while working on the other things. So right now I will upgrade. I'm working on upgrading to Unity 6, and that includes various things, which we'll get to in a moment. But on the side, I'm also having a version of the game in the old version of Unity where I can do minor things. Like, for instance, somebody just upgraded all the Ukrainian languages translations, so it would be nice to have that pushed out. I just added a field of view setting that we are currently testing out in the closed beta, and these things are something that I can fairly easily, not fairly easily, but I can make them in the old version and then fairly easily merge it to the Unity 6 version. I don't know if that makes sense if you're not a developer, and really you shouldn't care, but let's see here. This is gonna be a lot of stuff for a very, very simple drawing, but what do you call it? Default? Oh, what should we call it? Unity 2022 version. I don't know why it's what. I don't know why I'm showing this, but so it's called Unity 6. So basically, so what I'm doing, and I don't know if I can show this like this actually, but let me try. So this is the current version. That's like the version you have right now. So I have branched out from that. So it's the same feature, and then I'm upgrading in this branch up here. I'm upgrading to Unity 6, going forward and doing various things that is related to Unity 6. Meanwhile, as I said, I can do stuff like down here. I can do something like this and then say FOV, language, blah, 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 blah. And it's just a developer way of doing it. So I can keep doing minor things in the main version of the game that is actually pushed out to people, and then I can at the same time work on the side. Of course, I can physically only do one thing at a time, but it's okay sometimes to switch back and forth. There are some minor things like the FOV or some logic around what tool to hold when you are throwing stuff, yada yada yada, that is not specifically Unity 6. And I can do that in the base game if I want to have a sometimes it's nice to be able to actually complete a feature to get some momentum and some fuel for continuing on maybe something that is a little more tricky and have a little longer timeline until I can actually release it, if that makes sense. Anyway, so we will today be working on this one up here, maybe on this one down here, because I was thinking of doing some updates up here in the Unity 6 branch. Yeah, I think we'll do that in the live stream today. Hello, Trust Pyro. I'm fine. How are you? Did you post on this? Oh, I forgot. That's why I forgot. I was going to get the link and then I discovered that the live stream didn't work. And then I had all the issues and then it was working and then I forgot to actually post it. So I'm gonna do that now. And that's why nice, because now I just explained everything, but people have to rewind and see it then. So let me just post here. So let's do like that. Boom. Okay. So now it's posted. Thank you for reminding, because I forgot it. Good, Trusty. Not like Trusty, but Trust Pyro. So, but meanwhile, let me start up the Unity 6 version here. Because what I was actually planning on doing today, and I was thinking, well, we can do that on a stream, is to upgrade. Let me take another one here. This might be a little confusing to look at, but let me try and close something so it's not so cluttered. So I don't know if this is the best way of handling this, but I'm only one person in the team, so I think I'll manage. But I have kind of a milestone thing here with the Unity 6 upgrade. And the first part is, okay, let me make it a bit bigger here. And the first part is actually upgrading Unity 6. And I have done that. That there are at least one issue I've seen. Hello, Washawski. But today I was gonna upgrade the Cinemachine and TextMesh Pro things to see how that works out. And the thing with that is that these two are two packages that are used in the game. One for controlling the camera, and the other one is for making the text sharp and nice and everything. Hello, Amnesty. So I'm gonna but these two external packages is something that Unity have bought over the years. They actually bought it from many years ago, but now in Unity 6, as far as I understood, last time I did a test upgrade, these have now been included into Unity, so it's part of Unity now. So I want to upgrade that to use that native version of it and not the package version. Again, this is super technical and a developer stream, so yeah, you have to be really into the game or really nerdy to think this might be interesting. But if you find it slightly interesting about how games are made, you can stick around. Hello, Artemis. Explosive depth. I hate these freaking caps here. Let me pour it up so I'm not fighting that lid all the time. Anyway, the explosive depth. And you can see, Kelsa, my pedal is working again. Hands-free, controlling the stream. Whoa, 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 I can zoom, boom. Of course the mouse I have to move, but anyway. So, I was just here, so let's see, we have that git. Okay. So Amnesty, the bug you had with the UI thing, that was in the private branch, right? So that's not Unity 6. It's really weird. It was just Amnesty and was it Truxty having an issue where they suddenly couldn't press on any of the categories in the inventory. Yeah, exactly. The caps are so annoying. It was actually the first time we was in Germany like 2 years ago or something like that. Because that we saw this. We didn't have it in Denmark before. But after we got home from Germany, apparently it showed up everywhere in Denmark too. This one is from Sweden, but it's the same in Denmark. And it's so freaking annoying. Because does it really help? You know, I always put the lid on anyway. And people who usually don't care about the lid and destroy it in some way are most likely the same people that are gonna take this off, twist it until it gets off, and then throw it away. So I'm not really sure how much this lid thing works. I try and play nice, and you know, I always keep it, even if it wasn't stuck to it like it is here. You know, I would still put it on. I always do that. I never throw it away, the lid. But anyway, so I'm starting up Unity here. Okay, so let's see. So we have a clean slate here in the, you can take it here, we can see if anybody cares. So I have my Unity 6, it's a different, yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's a different branch and a different project. So I have actually the game 2 times, checked out different branches, yada yada. Anyway, doesn't matter. But it makes it possible for me to fairly easily do this as I showed before. You know, have this parallel development thing where I'm continuing on the current version of the game that is built in Unity 2022. Like the FOV or language update, and I can do updates to the base game and release these minor upgrades while having a longer development cycle up here with the Unity 6 upgrade and stuff like that. So that's just what I'm set up here. But what I will do now is so the upgrade to Unity 6 is actually complete. Like it is upgraded to Unity 6 and it works. On the surface at least. I haven't found any major issues. So I'm gonna close that ticket. And then I'm gonna update. We'll take a look now on one of these. The Cinemachine maybe first. Let's take the TextMesh Pro. So when I open it up here, it started up. Hello Frega. Hello Romania Mafia. So it comes into more defensive open package manager. So it comes up and say there is some obsolete packages, deprecated packages. And I think, as I remember, yeah, so the lobby package is deprecated and will not be, okay, so I need to also upgrade that. I forgot that. So let me add that. Upgrade lobby package to new. Multiplayer package. There's some new, I can't remember the name of it, but there is a new thing that I need to upgrade there too, but that's not, because that impacts the network thing and stuff like that, so I don't want to do that yet. Same with relay, I can see here, but I don't know why the how was it? I think I was prompted at some point with that TextMesh Pro thingy. Cinemachine. So let's see our version. We just now let's take the TextMesh Pro first. So So it's right here. What if I just delete this one? Would it still work? Let's see. So you can see right here, I had TextMesh Pro as a... Okay, let me just check something because maybe I'm remembering wrong. Unity 6 include upgrade TextMesh Pro. I think there's something here. Broke after... yeah, there's something changed. I ended up with a new... looks like I found a reason. Package. I just think there was something like it was included in TextMesh Pro text. Let's see what happens here. Brazilian house. Wrong. It was a big reason we were wanting to upgrade to 6 might be fixed. Yes, we had. Is that something we fixed in Unity 6? Or did I miss it? No, there are some stuff in Unity 6 because the thing is with the NGO, which is the network package that I'm using for the network multiplayer thingy. We can only go to version 1.11 or something like that. We can go to 2.0.x and up unless I upgrade to Unity 6. So upgrading to Unity 6 is also something that I have to do to be able to improve and get new updates to that network thing. And as I just showed before, there are the lobby package and the relay package, and a lot of packages have also been restructured, so it's not individual packages, but have been put under a multiplayer package from Unity, which kind of is an umbrella package for all these other things. The TextMesh Pro is now a part of Unity, as I remember, but it looks like it. Cinemachine is the same, and other stuff. So, but the reason I'm starting with TextMesh Pro, Cinemachine, stuff like that, is because that's the lowest hanging fruits. Because upgrading the NGO and all the other multiplayer stuff is a little bit harder and time consuming. So I'm starting with the lowest hanging fruit, upgrading that, getting that up and running, and having it in this Unity 6 branch that is currently only for closed testers, simply because I don't want to have a lot of feedback from a lot of people, because I know there's a lot of stuff already, so it doesn't help to be spammed with the same issues over and over again. So I keep that as the closed group right now. So when the mod tools are upgraded, identity package, NGO package, a lot of mods broken. No, it shouldn't be, because what happens is that the components in the mod should be, when loaded into the game, are being replaced with the components from within the game. So like the cake behavior, for instance, that you put on your mod, when the mod is loaded into the game, that component is actually replaced because you put on another fake, or what should we call it, a placeholder version of it on your prefab. But when the mod is loaded into the game, that one is replaced with the version from the game and then your settings, if that makes sense. So it should actually work. But we will see. That's what we have to test. I know there will be some issues with TextMesh Pro, but I guess it's only Gonako who is affected by that, and he can fix that quickly. So some of the more heavy coded mods will have issues, but again, it's almost all of them Gonako, and I will talk with him and we will fix it quickly. So. But I'm not there yet. Now I have to make the game work first, and then I will see what happens with the mod tools. So Unity upgraded the NGO to 2.x, 2.2 or whatever it's on now, which have a lot of improvements and new features, I guess, and stuff like that. I'm not upgrading for any specific things, but I'm upgrading to Unity 6 to be able to get the latest and greatest, because at some point they might hopefully fix that issue, and maybe they have fixed the issue that we are having with this NGO network variables and stuff like that we have talked about before. But they haven't said that they fixed it, so I don't think they fixed it. But if we don't upgrade to Unity 6, we will at least never get the fix. So yeah, and there can also be some performance improvements just by upgrading to Unity 6, because they improved the engine. But we will see. But there are many steps in this upgrading. You know, the pure upgrading to Unity 6, I already done that. You just saw the game ran before, and that works. Now I need to upgrade all the packages, and yeah, again, remove the TextMesh Pro package, because now it's part of the engine. But let me see here. So let me see what happens if I do this like that. Boom. Okay. So let's see here. So do we have? Okay. So okay, so it's still less than before. So TextMesh Pro with shaders, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And yeah, okay. So it did actually remove a lot of stuff and imported new stuff, yes. So I think now I removed the TextMesh Pro package. See, I removed all these files here. Doesn't look completely right. But maybe I fixed it without remembering it. But anyway, let me see here. So, hello, Young Gaming. Then you can look into your buffer. Yes, exactly. And if Unity haven't fixed it, I will have to see if I can do something, because we can't wait on this anymore. It's holding too much stuff back for modders. Yeah, I want a good base to work on. And you know, I said that before, but when creating a game as I'm doing here over a long period of time with a long lifetime, you know, it's important to keep going back and making sure the foundation is in order. Thank you, Jan. So even though it doesn't progress the game as such right now, it is, because I'm building the other stuff on top of that. And one of the first thing once this is done, as you can see, is I will look into this firing system, because that's a very requested feature now, because with the new upgrade, that mod is broken and the modders cannot create it right now. So and the game should have a firing system anyway. So once all these packages are upgraded and things are starting working as they should, then I will most likely have a talk with first you closed guys and get some input about what does this firing system need How does it need? What features does it need? Do it need and stuff like that? And I will try and figure out how I can do it and do it in some way so it's extendable or whatever by modders too. So I want the firing system also to be kind of extendable if modders want to extend it to some extent. But one thing at a time. So let me just see here. So it works here. We can see it starts, everything is fine. So I think actually the TextMesh Pro thing is good. There will be some issues with the mod tools, but I will handle that later on. Let me just because I will need to remember to upgrade mod to build settings to include new text profiles. Just as a reminder to myself. So the game does work. We have text. We can switch the language. Perfect. Alles gut. Alles gut. Boom. Yes. Perfect. Boom. FOV. Woo. 90. Just to test that out. So yeah. So that all works. So is Firework Mania more GPU or CPU based? Mostly CPU, but it kind of depends on what you're doing. The physics is CPU and some of the graphics are GPU. Most of the graphics are GPU, but it's not. There's also some CPU in part of it. Anyway, so the TextMesh Pro upgrade kind of works. There was some color issue, I think, here in the menu, but that's a minor thing. So let me just do this. So be structured to use TextMesh Pro native in Unity 6, and then we have boom, like that. Boom. So done with this. And then we take the Cinemachine. So we have a clean slate again. Pay attention, Amnesty. Clean slate before we do something. And then we go to the package manager, and then we go in here. Because the Cinemachine have an upgrade. And as I remember from my tests, they changed some namespaces and some names and some stuff. So this will at first break the game. So this might be a little more interesting to, well, if you like looking at code and stuff like that. Yeah, the particle system itself is CPU bound. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to do something. That's why we have this GPU instancing enabled on the particle system, and why I'm doing this square mesh thingy with certain materials. That is because I'm trying to make some of it GPU based to some extent. I did some tests in the beginning and it performed better, so I'm doing it this way, but it's not as performant as like the VFX graph. But the particle system has some benefits of having better physics support, so it can kind of bounce into things, which the new VFX graph can do. Okay, so now we see everything broke. Nothing works. Whoa. So let's just open up here. Let's see. Then it's just a matter of fixing it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you're using GitHub so much. As I said it, it's so freaking awesome to have it. And when you start learning how to, already know that, I guess, but discarding things, it's much easier just to test things out. Then it breaks, doesn't work. You discard your changes and play again, and then we are back to where you came from. So it makes it much easier to test things, try out things without being careful you can't get back. From hater to lover. Well, I would say I still think you can, if you find Amnesty on the wrong or right day, he will hate GitHub. It depends on what he's doing with it, I guess. In what situation you ask him. But he is starting to lean more to the positive lover side of GitHub. She-Tone, hey, I remember watching when you first launched the game, and it's amazing to see you still working on it and improving it. Cool, yeah. Yeah, I think I must be 5 years in now. Like, I lost track a bit. I have a funny... I have a funny one here. So, this is the days since the first commit in the GitHub. So the first commit in the GitHub was on the 5th of January 19. So yeah, so over 6 years now. So that's 2,242 days. So I was thinking just for fun, but I don't have time for it. But it could be fun to make a video like, I made a game in 2,242 days. You know, like they do these videos where I make this game in 2 hours, I make it in 1 week. Yeah, and it's crap. But anyway, I don't have time for it. So, but anyway, that's how many days since I started on the game. It just sucks for big files. Yeah, that's right. GitHub, that is. Anyway, while we talk here, let me zoom in a bit so you can see what we're doing. So you can see the Cinemachine work. Whoops. Actually, Konako should be part of this. Isn't he here? He should be watching this, because he will have to do a similar thing when he in some of his mods. Anyway, so apparently Cinemachine has now been, as I understand, at least I don't know if it's included in Unity now, but at least they upgraded it. So they moved it. You can see here before, Cinemachine was in a namespace called okay, you can't see it. It was in a namespace called Cinemachine, but that doesn't, it's not there anymore. So I can remove that. But instead, it's now put into Unity Cinemachine, blah, 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 blah. And that's, yeah, because Unity kind of took it into the engine, you could say, or at least namespace wise. I still think it's an external package, but it's namespace wise inside Unity. So here we have some obsolete stuff because they renamed that. So this Cinemachine virtual camera is obsolete. Cinemachine virtual camera is deprecated. Use Cinemachine camera instead. Okay, then we do that. So we just remove this. So we can do this. And on to the next era, because there's many more than this. Yeah, exactly. You can push changes. GitHub is a nice backup thing. You also have a backup of your stuff, but that's actually not the main reason for using GitHub. As you also said, Amnesty, it is the way to, and now you use it for between your laptop and your main machine, but as you also know, we also use it to work together. So super easy to have somebody do something and you have a problem, then I can check it out and I can see what you did, and then I can either fix it or tell you how to fix it. And then if I fix it, push the changes and you can get them right away. So it's really nice. But the problem is, as you also know, it's so complex that I'm not putting it into the, you know, the guide of making a mod for you for Firework Mania, because as a newbie, you know, starting out making your first mod, you don't want to also learn Git, because then you will never make your first mod. So that's why I'm kind of just saying to people to install that zip backup thing. But anyway, so you can see they have done some changes, because now this amplitude gain thing is not there anymore. It doesn't exist. So let's see if we have something that that is named similarly. So I guess this is the same. This one, okay. Let's see here. So this is not a thing anymore. Stage. Let's Google that yet. Unity 6 not working. Let's see. Whoops. Let's see what people say. Yeah. Component. Get Cinemachine component. Isn't that a thing anymore? Get, oops, Cinemachine component. Stage. What? Okay, so that changed. Basic multi-pattern. Oops. That's not it. Let's see. I guess I can't be the only one having this problem. Yes, you can do get some component. Yeah, but that's from 17. Need something new. We got that's not what we want. That's not what we want. What? Cinemachine base multi-channel Perlin. Cinemachine base multi-channel Perlin. Why? What? Get in. Huh? Ah. Get Cinemachine component. But what? Okay, let me think a bit here. What am I missing? Get the component set for a specific stage. But I don't know what state. Cinemachine camera. It must be the noise one, right? So should I do like that? I don't know. So this is the Cinemachine shake. Ah, okay, I'm not. It doesn't really matter because I'm not actually using this component right now. Ah, okay. So we just have to make it build here. I can actually also. No, you know what? Let me do like this. Let me go back. Cinemachine shake. Let me just do something here. No, I can't. Say get Cinemachine component. Then we do like this. So this doesn't work. So we just do like this, and then we throw new exception. And implemented exception. Needs to be fixed as not working after upgrading to Unity 6 and Cinemachine 3 point whatever. So by doing this, I can. Oh. So what I'm doing now is I'm commenting out the code that doesn't work right now, and the reason I can do it like this is because I know, as I remember at least, I'm not using this component right now. It's because I have the current shake effect in the game is actually a very manual code thing that just shakes the camera, moves it around. But I also played around with using Cinemachine because they have a noise thing, and you can do it in some more nicer ways. Or wait a minute. Or am I? No, wait a second. I am using this one. Ah, damn it! I'm confusing myself with the feel package, which I also got at some point. I'm confusing myself. I need this to work because it is actually used. Jesus Christ. Okay, but then we do it like this. So we say, whoop. Then we do like this, and then we say, what? Okay, I'm confusing everybody here right now. So let's see if this works. So we do like this. Boom. Move on. Yeah, I'm confusing myself with another package called Field that can do some different effects. So it can both shake and add some chroma effect and some other stuff in an easier way. Yeah, I'm not reading all the chat right now because I was focusing on this one. But for instance, the cast calculator size says we have to have NGO or Unity to fix some stuff, or I have to do my own solution to solve a problem with that. I could add the dimension thing. I haven't seen all the chats, but you talk about the dimension that we have on the shell and the motors, and I could add a field on a cake where you had to pick the same kind of dimension if you wanted to. But then again, what if a cake have multiple? But yeah. But we have that problem already with some of the motors. So let's see here. So this is also replaced. Cinemachine third person follow is obsolete. Cinemachine will be deprecated. Use Cinemachine third person follow instead. Okay, so this is spelled differently. Third person following. Follow. Boom. That. Most likely have the same problem here. So that's the same as before. I'm not 100% sure how this works, but so I need to get the Cinemachine component, and that must be the following thing, must be the aim. I have no idea if this is right, but let's try. If it's null, then it won't work, but we will see. So and that's the same. So that might be the aim. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm feeling the Dr. Pepper. Yeah, exactly. If it had multiple, you'd have to pick the biggest or the smallest, yeah. The same with the motor. We can only have one because, you know, yeah. We could also have, you know, basically a list of dimensions, but it adds, I think, some unnecessarily and not very common use, you know, some complexity that is not that often used, I imagine. Cinemachine camera, boom, boom, like that. And then we have a problem here because I can't do here, so we have to do this. Can I do like that and then replace everybody? Yep. Great. We can do, oops, like that, and we can go back here, and there's some lens, blah blah blah, lens, field of view. Cinemachine, third person photo. Why is it complete about that? Let's here. So it looks like I'm just doing a lot of, well, I am also doing a lot of name updates and changes and stuff like that. But I don't know what they did internally, so I don't know what changed. If they just moved it around, you know, restructuring things, or they actually changed some implementation that will make it work differently. I don't know. We will see. Possible the tools could be updated with that in the next couple days, so I can continue updating my mods without having to go back again. The dimension thing, well, yes and no. I could easily add it, but I need to be sure it doesn't break anything, and also I guess you don't want to just add it. We need to use it for something. Hello Dragon, love the game. It's cool to see you working on the stream. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll try to stream a bit more because now I'm in, you know, the big multiplayer deadline thing that had to be ready is kind of off now because it's out. So now I can kind of relax a bit because there was no major things, so I can just release things as I'm doing it, and yeah, hopefully do a little more live stream on that note. Hello Winterfox. But the caliber of the tubes, yeah, but the calibers is actually internally it's called dimensions, I think, or diameter, I think. But it's the same basically. We're talking about how big are the tubes, you know, shooting out of the cake. A set amount of calibers, but isn't that the same we have with it? I also created all the prefixed, you know, diameters in the game. But I could have we could have another set of, so what are the calibers? Isn't that like 1, 2, 0.75, whatever? Again, you are hitting a big dark spot in my non-existing knowledge about fireworks in real life. But anyway, I could easily add something like that, but I want to make sure that it actually also solves the problem we want and can work and be used in the way we want before you spend a lot of time setting it up. Because what is even worse than going back and having to add it to mods, it's even worse to add it now to all the stuff you do now and then also have to go back and redo it again in case we need to change something or whatever. It doesn't work out as we want it or whatever. So what is this? Let's see here. So let's see what happens here. If I like single shots and cakes, it would be okay. So now you are in millimeters. Can you Americans figure out what system you're using? Inches or So for calibers you are using millimeters, and for dimensions of a tube you're using inches, or are you just converting it now for my sake? So let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you would just add it to the definitions, and so there is an optional field called caliber, for instance, and you can then pick from a list, a predefined list that I'm making of these 15, 20, 25, yada, yada. And then we can use it later on. That's what you're saying, right? Yeah, but the problem right now we have right now the diameters are in inches. And the thing is, and that's the funny thing, that we also in Denmark use inches for some stuff. I'm pretty sure for fireworks, a Danish person would use the Danish word for inches, like it's called tommer in Danish. But it doesn't really matter as long as it just say what it is. Then people can, you know, and I can code-wise, you know, I can calculate my way back and forth between millimeters and inches. So it doesn't really matter as long as it's staying within the same kind of, at least as long as you know what stuff you're setting. Yeah, adding a metric of adding a drop down for metric or imperial measurements. Well, adding the drop down is easy. Having everything update dynamically in all the text and all the stuff might not be that easy. But who made Kaboom first, PC or Firework? Hopefully Firework. So okay, I have to rebuild that thing too. Okay, actually see here I got a lot of warnings here, and I think that's because I have to rebuild the fonts for the TextMesh Pro I forgot before. But that's the other issue. Let's see if the camera movement works in game, because we just upgraded the Cinemachine, and therefore that's the part that is interesting. Let's see here. Yeah, I subscribe to a lot of mods to be able to test, you know, loading times and stuff, and how the UI performs with a lot of mods. I don't use that many. So here we can see we have issues, and that's why we are hanging up here again. So a little quick tip: hit F1 if you're hanging here in the game. Hit F1 to get the console down, and then you can typically see some red arrows showing what the problem is. Not that you can fix it, but you can share it on Discord, and then maybe I or somebody else can maybe tell you what is wrong. So object reference not set to list of object. Yeah. And that's for sure because that fix I did before where I was not sure what was going on, it's because that's messed up. So play zoom, let's see. So this one is coming from here, and this is coming from here. So but that's actually funny because why? What? Let me see. So okay. I think it's because there's some reference missing now. So I think we have to look into the player here, and I think we have to I guess there might be some no, it's not the player, it's the, let's see here. So it might be the, don't we have camera control? Yes, camera manager. Yes, we're missing all the stuff. Okay. But it what? It should be set overview. So this should be this one. What? Okay. I have to upgrade all these. Damn it. Okay, so all the cameras here, of course, are on the old scripts. You can see here it says, so for instance here in the hierarchy, and this is a scene that is kind of holding all the basic, okay, you can't see it for the chat there, but this is the scene that have all the common stuff in a game when they're loading into a map. And you can see here that all of these, like for instance the first player controller, when you go over here, it says the Cinemachine is deprecated, this virtual camera thing, because it was upgraded, as you just saw in code. I should all remember, but apparently you can click here. So crossing finger, it's working. Let's see. Convert this object to cinema camera. Convert all objects in the scene. Convert entire project. Let's cross the fingers and should we take one at a time? It's just I want to check this because it's fasted if it works, but I also don't want to click it because it can also mess up a lot of stuff. I can't get this sound to come out of the explosion. The best tip is to look at some of the templates. So if you right click in the hierarchy and then add a template, you can see how it's built, and then you can see how the different things are set up. But the sounds are played from these particle system sound things. I can't remember if I have a video about it. I think I have a video about it. Okay, so convert this object to, let's just take one at a time and see if it works. See, now it defaults to 40. Wasn't the default, wasn't that 70 before? This is gonna be fun. So what about this one? Okay, let's try and upgrade. Let's take the entire scene. Ugh. Let's see. Let's hope. Will there be DLSS in this game? I don't know. I actually got a package. Unity have a package for it, and now Unity crashed, so that's perfect. Or at least it's shut down. Nice. I actually got a package that should support DLSS, but I haven't actually had the time to actually try it out with the game. And also, hopefully, I will be able to. Right now, the game is running on the legacy render pipeline. I'm hoping to be able to upgrade to the universal. Oh, okay, so it's damn it. Let's see if it works now. I hope to be able to. I hope to be able to upgrade to the new URP Universal Render Pipeline at some point, but and then I have to use another DLSS solution as far as I know. So yeah, it's not something I'm looking into right now. Spaghetti code sounds tasteful. Well, it might sound good. It's not really a good thing. This is at least very annoying. Perfect. See, that's just nice. Okay, we'll take one at a time and then see. Oh, damn it. It resets everything. Jesus. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Oh, so it added. Jesus. Oh, Winterfox cheered 50 bits. Thank you. And now Unity just gave up and said, yeah, I had no clue what to do. Go back to your backup. Yeah, but it did say they did not support undo or anything. But I can always, I have Git here, so I can just roll back and then start over. But I really don't want to do that. But I was hoping this upgrade, I don't know if you saw it, but you can see here my old one have it have something to follow and look at, some references to different cameras and some other settings. As I remember, I set up stuff, where the camera should be over the shoulder, so it kind of works nicely. But it looks like when it puts the new one on, it just says, skip it. I don't care about the old one. Also, for instance, the field of view is just set to 40. It used to be 70 or 75 or something like that. GitHub as a desktop app. Well, it's just a desktop. It's just a Git client basically. That I'm using against GitHub, and GitHub made this client. It's just easier to use because it's very simple compared to some other Git clients. It can't do as much, but it can do what I need in 99% of the time. So that's why I'm using it. So it's not like I have GitHub on my machine. It's just a GitHub for Windows, which is a Git client. Okay. This is very annoying. Convert the kernel, but only if none of them are prefab instances, but they're not, so that should be fine. Do we have something under? What is that? Oh. This component is redundant and will be ignored. These exist. Oh, that's just shit. Please work. Okay. So this one was called. That was the basic multi-channel Perlin. So we don't have that here anymore. Okay, so that's here. Okay, so I have to pick it. Okay. Okay, so they did change a lot of stuff. So we have the D6 snake, which I have no idea what it is, but that's what I'm using here. So see, when I'm selecting this, we have this one, preset D6 snakes, 0 and 5. So if we go here to 0 and 5, then that should be good. And all these settings, I have to redo everything there. Perfect. Nice. Not really. Oh my freaking god. I think I have to go back. I actually think I have to see. And now here comes the beauty of why using Git is a good idea. So right now I've been editing a lot of files. You can see I've changed a lot of files down here. But this particular thing where I'm upgrading these components on these different game objects in the hierarchy, which you can't see because of the chat, but you can see here. It seems like that upgrade, first of all, messed up. Secondly, when it's upgrading, it's skipping data. So it's not like setting the field of view, for instance, to the right thing, and it's not setting all these things up correctly. So and now I know that. So I will go down now, find this map essentials Unity file here, which is basically this scene file, and then I can undo these changes to that file, and then it will read out the scene, and then I'm back to here where it's not upgraded, so I can actually take a look. For instance, I can see it has output channel default, has follow, and basically maybe it's easier to just, instead of upgrading, just add a new, or it have a new one here. So maybe I can just do something like this. So let's say, so the follow, or is it not the same? You can remember. Save to play, no. Body. So it's changed a bit. So body, 3% follow. So we must have something. Is that the third person aim then? And the lens, you can see the lens is 70 and up here it's just 40, so it should be. Why is it, by the way, adding this? Okay. Weird. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Maybe you should just program a button that upgrades the game already. That's actually a very good idea, Penny. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I should do the fix all problems button. Why didn't I think about that? Should have done that a long time ago. Yeah. It took two years to make your multiplayer thing work. Yeah. The fix multiplayer button. Oh, anyway, Cinemachine, but there's a lot of new stuff. Let me see here. So this follow thing, why that comes here? Because I have this body thing. Third person follow. Okay, so that must be the third person aim, right? Apparently not, because it's not, and it works in a different way. Oh, position. Third person follow. But we don't have a, okay, and here tracking targets, that must be the same as the following before. So that's the player. So that's this one, I guess. I'm basically trying to set up the new Cinemachine camera component as the old one was set. But things are called differently, it's done in different ways, so it's not that easy. So field of view 70, we got that. Look at, we don't have anything there. For the first person camera, we don't have any look at things because it's just looking straight ahead, but we follow the player, and that's head bone, yep. Then we have the third person phone. I don't know if we had that. We don't need that, I guess. Damping. Oh, okay, so we have the damping here. 0, 0, 0. Shoulder offset, blah, 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 blah. Distance 0, but that's because we have it in. But why do we... but is this the wrong one? Okay. For now, we just use the same thing. So shoulder offset 0, 0, 0. And we have vertical arm 0, and we have camera side 0. We have camera distance 0. Avoid obstacles. Yeah, collision filter default. Does it need that actually? Obstacle. Let's try and not enable that, really, because it's the first person camera, so it's at the eye position, so it shouldn't really be moving based on, you know, trying to avoid objects like a third person camera should. So I don't think we need that actually. And then we have the noise, which is this basic multi-pilling thingy. So we should go to noise and this one. And then we should pick a profile here. We take the snake thingy. And pivot, blah, blah, blah. That was this one. So it was frequency 5. 0, 0, yes, perfect. So I think that's good. Okay, so that kind of makes a bit of sense. Then we can remove this one because it's not needed anymore. Because before we had it under the object, we don't need that anymore because now it's part of this. Then we get these components like that. Yeah, maybe. And then, and due to that, we don't need the okay, makes sense. I think we can just get the components. We had a normal get component and then the Cinemachine third person following. Okay. So let's take this one up here again. Just talking to myself. So, so we used to have a 60 field of view on this one. That's the third person one. I don't know why it's set to 60, but let's set it to 60 again. We can always tweak that. Then we needed the following, of course, the player target thingy. So we had to, that was the third person follow. We add that. It's really weird when you add something here. It adds a component here and then you get another field up here. Why is it not on this one? It's super weird, to be honest. You see, why is this tracking target shows up on this component all of a sudden when you add this one? But this one also add this other component where you set some other stuff. So why not just have this tracking target on the third person following component? That seems odd. Anyway, so let's see here. We have damping 0.2, 0.4 and 0.2. And then we have shoulder offset 1.5. 0.2 and 0, and then we have vertical arm length 0.1, and then we have 0.6 here. I'm looking down here, and then we have camera distance 3, and we set the camera, and camera distance 3. And this one need avoid obstacles because it's a third-person camera, so it needs to not bounce into things. So collision filter should be default. Yes, it should collide with default stuff. It should ignore player, so not colliding with itself and other players. Makes sense. And then the camera radius is 0.15, and the damping into collision 0.5, and damping from collision 0.5. Yes. Okay, and then we have the noise thing again. Whew. Here, and we have to pick this one and the snake, whatever that is, and then 5. Boom, boom. So 5 and 5, 0, 0, 0, blah, 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 blah. Yes, okay, perfect. Crossing fingers. And then we have this one. We can move this. Whew. It ends up being pretty cleaner looking at it, because now I have all the components here. I don't have to go to a child object, and it's a little cleaner to look at, I think. Still find it weird with that tracking thing. That's still weird. Okay, so we take the reverse camera. Maybe we could also skip that at first. We could try, but it will most likely break. Let's just try it first here and see what happens. Now we fixed the first person and third person. We missed overview and the third person follow reverse, the one from the front. Yeah, 65 in the field view, but I think the field view, and that's also why it should really have been as settings for a long time, because it's a very subjective setting. People have very different. I think it becomes. I don't know if it depends on people's vision but I think it depends on what screen people have, the monitor they have, how. The aspect ratios of it and the size of it can have a pretty big impact on what feels right field of view wise. So yeah, for sure it's a setting we need. Am I using Windows 11? Yep, I am. Let's see. So it's still not working, but that's okay. It's the look at. Yeah, okay. So that's okay. So it's another one actually. But that's no problem. Oh, it's still this player zoom thing. Yeah, again, a lot of references are missing now because the old Cinemachine is gone. So a lot of components are gone or are upgraded, and thereby losing their reference to other components. And this is actually a part I hate of Unity. It's nice that you can reference things, but it's when you're coding stuff, if you make a reference to something, it at compile times, when you compile the code, it complains if that thing doesn't exist. Like, if the class has been renamed or removed or whatever, it cannot check if something is null. That's a different thing. But in Unity, and you can also see reference to it, so it's easy to figure out where it's used and how, in most cases. In Unity, these references you are dragging in, you only see that at runtime. So it's like you when you start the game, everything's fine, no errors, and then boom, when you get into a certain specific scenario, this reference was needed and it's not there anymore because the component was updated or something like that, like 2 versions ago, and you didn't see it because you cannot know it before you get into that situation. And that's really annoying. They should really have some way of, I don't know, it's just annoying. So player zoom controller, is that, so that's this one again. It's the player virtual camera. First person. So that is, why is that not? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So I'm still camera, okay. So let's see here. Camera manager. Okay, so here now, because this is actually where we're coming from. These errors we get here is because these are null, and I couldn't drag it over because we didn't have the right components on it. Now we have, so now the camera manager here can get a reference to the first player first person control virtual camera, which is here, I hope at least. Yes, third person camera. Boom. Reverse, we can't because I haven't upgraded that. Oh, I can, but it's not set up correctly. So let me just, let's do that. We have to fix it before we can actually test anything. Yeah, it depends on a lot of the monitor. Yeah, for sure. Let's see, streaming for. Okay, I just for the fun of it, I just enabled TikTok streaming. So now I'm also streaming on TikTok, just for the fun of it. Let's see how it goes. Can't make it. You can't make what? Vegas. Hello, long time no see. Yeah, I remember your name. Okay, so let's fix this. So we have the cinema camera here. Let's take a look at the lens here. It's 60, so let's set that to 60. Basically just upgrading these components. Oh, so, okay. So the target is actually here. Okay, I just thought it was showing up before, only when I added that. Okay, anyway, tracking target. So it should be following, and it should be looking at the player following target. So it should be tracking target. But what about the looking at? The look at. Oh, that's the aim thing. Okay. So let's see. So we have the following. So do we need that maybe? We might, yeah. So we have this one, and then we need the body here. Third person. It says 0.2, 0.4, 0.2. Shoulder offset 0, 0, 0. Vertical arm length 1.1, 0.6, and then -3 because it's in front of the player. And then we have default there, and then we have ignore player, and then we have 0.15 and 0.15 and 0.5 and 0.5. So that's all good. That's the same here. Then we have the aim stuff, which should be, is that the rotation? That must be the HUD. There must be the look at. Rotate with follow. Now that must be the follow one, right? So the follow. No. It must be the. Let's try and keep it with this. No component. Tracking composer. Position composer. So does these track object offset? Target offset, look ahead time. It kind of looks like the same, right? Center on active, but center on active, so it kind of looks like the same. But where do I set that following? You know, in the old one here, I have a look at target and I have a follow. Okay, it's the same. Okay, it's the same anyway. Yeah, okay. It doesn't really matter. So the tracking target is just a... Yeah, okay, that could make sense. Okay, it kind of makes sense. So let's see, the camera distance, aim here. Do we have that? No, we don't. Center on active. Camera distance 10. I have no idea if this will work. But let's try. I will have to tweak it anyway. And noise, that would be this paling thing, blah, blah, blah. We have to pick this 60 snake, which I have no idea what it is, and 0 and 5. And then we have, and that should be it. And then we can remove this one, and then we can take this one, and we can, and we can do that. Boom. Okay. So now we also have the verse, and this is the time, and then we need this one. So we have to add the Cinemachine camera. And it's so priority 10. Why is that set different? I don't know, but we do it. And the lens is set to 90. So set that to 90. And maybe we should take this up to the top. So we, whoops, oh. Okay, this is a little boring. Hello, Konako. Just upgrading Cinemachine. So this should be interesting for you. Just upgrade some. They apparently, I don't think they put Cinemachine into Unity natively. It's still kind of an external package, but they move it into a Unity namespace, and they changed a lot of stuff and renamed classes and changed how it works. So there are some stuff to upgrade for sure. So player follow targeting, and now I'm just upgrading from the Cinemachine virtual camera script, as you can see here. If I could hit the right pedal. So I'm trying to map these settings here in the old one up to the new one here, which is easy enough, maybe, but then again, not. So this is the target, player following target, yes. And then we have the body, that's the third person following. So that must be this one, third person following. We have that one set there, and then we can go down here and we can say which we can say, okay, so we can say damping 10 10 10. Now it's the overview camera we are setting up. Shoulder offset, shoulder, and we have a camera which will eventually end up being pretty different because we need to be a map different. And then we have the camera distance, so that's how far it is up in the air. And it collides with nothing and ignore play. So we don't need to do anything here. It doesn't have to collide with anything because it's a top-down camera anyway. So that one is just looking down, and the aim, okay. And then we have the, so that was this one, and then we have to add the aim thing, which would be the... Was that the composing thing? A hard look at. So when we pick that, we get this hard look at. Okay, that's not what we want. So it must be the position composer. That looks a bit more like this, right? Camera. It has to activate at least. Horizontal damping, do we have that? No. No. Damping. Targets. Again, I have no idea how this works. But I have to fix all of them to be able to try it out and see how it works. At least I could have done something, but kind of skip some of them, but I don't want to, because I'm doing the classic mistake of expecting things to work and then yeah. Anyway, so we can remove this because it's not needed anymore. Third person following, multiplying, and then composing. Yeah. Okay. So that's replaced now too. So we go to camera and we can take the overview and we can take the reversed third person. So we have the reversed third person and we have the overview, blah, 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 blah. Yes. Boom. Okay. Let's try again. Yeah, this will, I'm upgrading, I'm working in the Unity 6 branch of the game right now. So that will, hello Filler Studios. We're upgrading, working on upgrading to Unity 6 and, well, not really, because the Unity 6 upgrade have happened. I have upgraded Unity 6. I am running in Unity 6 now, but I'm upgrading a lot of packages related to that have been upgraded as part of the Unity 6. So yeah, Konako, there will be some upgrades for you, but I think it's not actually that big of a deal. I hope, but let's see. TextMesh Pro has also been upgraded. Do I need scripts for a mod? What do you mean, Winterfox? To use a mod? Like if you want to use it in game? Or do you mean for making a mod? Anyway, you don't need script for any of it. You don't have to. Oh, look at these. Okay, so the V doesn't work. So there's no third person camera. But I can walk around here and I can also change this. So that's fine. Does the M work? No, it doesn't work. But that's because this one is failing. So missing, but I think I know how to fix that now. So let's see. Missing Cinemachine. Yeah, okay. But that's this get component thing. Yep. But that's also completely wrong. I think we need to do it in another way. I think then I can see the way it's working now. I think this is the way to go. So you need to just get it as a regular component, really. So I'm basically just getting so on the third person virtual camera, I'm getting the third person following component, blah, 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 blah. And this one, yep. So these should be good now. And we had the same in some of the other ones. But let's see. Know if it's a good idea to even try making a mod. Well, to make one, no, to make a mod, you just basically you don't have to be able to code at all. So you can basically start with this playlist here, starting with this one. So Winterfox, here is a link. So this is the playlist that starts with basically how to get Unity and set up and get the mod tools and everything. And then you can see in the playlist there are other videos taking through different steps. But the first, if you watch the entire first video, I show you exactly how to get your first mod set up basically and built and taken into the game. And you don't have to code anything. Amnesty, if you have played the game, you know Amnesty's mods because he made a lot of realistic fireworks. He can't code. He haven't coded anything. Well, in some of them we have script from some other people, but in the majority of his stuff is just using the components in the mod tools to make mods. And I say just because that part is easy. What is not easy is make the fireworks look and sound and feel good. And that's what he's using his time on. But again, there's no scripting involved in that. Yeah, okay. Okay. Just a second, I can show you quickly. Okay, so in that list I showed you, I just sent you, there is, in that list there is a video of, hello Danny Boy on TikTok. Yes, yeah, dansker. If you want, there is a video called something like how to get custom sound into a game, and that shows you how to get a sound into the game. But the way you play a sound, you can see the way you can see how stuff is made is that you can just right click, go to Mania, and then templates, and then if it's a cake, for instance, it works more or less the same way. And then you open up this one, the cake here, the template, and the effect here. And down here you can see particle system observer, which is a required component, and then a particle system sound. So this is the one, this component keeps track of that particle system you have up here. Let me just stop this. But you don't have to, what you have to think about is that this particle system sound plays this sound that you select here when one particle is spawned. So like when it shoots up, for instance, that's one particle spawned. It plays that sound you pick here. And when the particle is removed or destroyed, it plays this particle sound here. So here you can play a explosion sound, for instance. And that's basically how the sound system works. And these works upon that particle system on the same component here. You can see these are all here on the same component. And then you could have down here, you could have had others. But you want to keep it as simple as possible for performance reasons. So this particle system sound, that's the one playing a sound based on the particle system that it's added to here, if that makes sense. But yeah. So it still fails, and it still fails because we have why? Oh, let's try and start up the game here. No, the Cinemachine update was not mandatory. I didn't have to do it, but I know from experience, if you don't, especially with some of these pretty important components, if you don't upgrade, going forward, continuously, you get so far behind, it's like impossible to get up to date. So that's why I'm trying to be on the latest and greatest. And this is a big update because this, as far as I can see, it's taking Cinemachine from being an external component in its own namespace to being an internal part of Unity. It's not actually internal natively, but it's namespace-wise a part of Unity now. Yeah, so destroy means explosion sound. Well, it means that this sound is played when a particle in this particle system is destroyed. What that means in your effect is up to you, but yes, typically the destroy is an explosion sound. And the spawning of a particle can also be kind of a shooting sound, but you can do it as you want, but and that's also why they're called spawn and destroy, because it's just telling that this sound is played when the particle is either spawned or destroyed. Anyway, let's try and hook up a debugger here because I want to see what's going on here. I don't want to see that. Why don't I have any explosion sounds anymore? Well, there should be some in the game. There are some defaults one you can pick from. But if you have your own sound, you have to take the file into the project and then create a game system, a game sound definition by right-clicking in the project pane and going to Fireworks Mania, definitions, create game sound definition, I think it's called. Best viewers on okay. Spamming. Okay, so this one is here. So why is it complaining? Huh? So the third, okay, did I forget? Okay. So did I forget to add a... I didn't. Oh, I forgot. Yesterday in Spain, your driver forgot. Okay, so we forgot the third part. Yeah, okay. So let's just do this and then have a third person. Okay, can I have... I cannot have both. So position control can only be one of these. So if it's position, it's like this one. And if it's third person, it can only have this one. Which is fair enough, but okay. I play along. Let me just set this up to be the same as the front one. I don't know if... And now I removed the other one. Third person. I just remembered that the camera distance was -3. But let's assume all the other stuff is the same as the back-facing one. We also need this, and we need it collide with default. We need to ignore players. We need and we have shake, blah 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 blah. Yes, perfect. Boom. Okay, let's try again. I don't know if you understood what just happened, but yeah. Let's see your and this is a TextMesh Pro thingy I'm gonna fix. Yeah, ignore players. But what I'm setting up there is basically telling this Cinemachine camera thing for the third person from behind and reversed from the front. It's because a third person camera it can at least collide with stuff, so you don't, when the camera goes, it shouldn't go into a building, it should kind of collide so it hits the wall and get closer to you. So that's why you're setting up what layers of stuff it should be colliding with, what layers colliders should it collide with, and which one should it ignore. And I'm deciding to ignore players because it's weird if it jumps around, if people run behind you or something like that. So it's just from experience that's weird. But let's see. Oh, the reversed one is not good. We need to set that, but that's fine. What about the? Okay, so the M1. Okay, so the M1 is also not working fully as it should. So maybe now is the time where we create this like top-down thingy, as I'm playing along with it anyway, because this is looks like a different game now at least. So the overview camera is set up wrong. The third person thing is okay, and I can also zoom and everything, so that's fine. That's good. But this one should be from front, but it's not. Let's see here. So so this one should be the so this one should be the, here we are. Okay. So to the right we are seeing the game. And to the left there, oh, look up here. So we are, so like that. Then here, okay. So it's facing the wrong way. It should be looking at this component, which is where it's here in his face, so that's fine. But this one is clearly looking the other way. You see, it's looking that way, and that's why we're seeing it like that. So the third person coloring. It's missing. Oh, is it missing that? Look at. No. So I'm missing something. So I want the camera to look at the other one, but before I could have a look at target and a follow target. That's just this one. That's not the one. So why is it -4 by the way? Yeah, GTA 2 mode. Yeah, exactly. So it must be the rotation control, because I needed rotate with spline rotation. rotation composer. So it must be something like that. Right. Target offset. What is this target? Okay. Okay, so it is the rotation composer. So what if we... Again, I'm trying to learn the new Cinemachine here because it works a bit different. And I was not a super smooth writer in the old one anyway. But oh, that has an offset. Okay. But okay, it's funny. It cannot, if it's like 0, it cannot look at the dude. What? So you see, it have to be. So the Y here is okay. Maybe no. So the Y here is clearly, you know, how it looks up and down. And you know, I would like it to look like dead center in his eyes. So like 0, but that can't be happen. That cannot happen. Then it looks the other way. He don't care. What the fuck? So it must be something like that. I'm sure there is a way. There is a reason, but I just don't get it. But what is that? Red one. Okay. Right now I'm changing things in play mode, so all these things will be gone in a moment. Unless I maybe check this one, but I won't because I will do it manually. So, okay, so the rotation composer needs to be there to rotate the camera to look back at the player. That's fine, and it will be the same for this one. Okay. Okay. And this one have an offset because we are aiming a little next to his head, and here we are straight in his eyes. Okay. So rotation. Let me just do like this. Have the settings here if we want to. We can then recreate it. Let's stop it here and then let's set it up. So this one, the reversed one, need to have a rotation control of the rotation composer, which need to be 0.00. This one, and the damping, it was 0, but we could leave it at 0. Let's just leave it at 0.5 just for the fun of it. So basically this should be okay. It should actually look at the player now. Yeah, let's try this first. Let's see. But yeah, okay, maybe the damping has to be 0. Tegatron, hello. Add emission in the effect inspector. What does interval means? If you click this little question mark here, okay, in the component to the right. So when you're looking at the particle system, there's this little question mark. If you click that, you will be taken to the Unity documentation, and there you can read about what all the different modules do. For instance, what the interval means. By the way, I have to go soon. Oh, 2 hour stream. Whoa. Okay, so cameras flying around. Okay, so we have third person in front. Ah, okay, that's why we should have the damping 0. So when I'm moving the mouse now, up and down, the damping makes it, you know, have a 0.5 second, I think, damping time. So it gets back to his head like this. This is super weird. So let's just check that it's actually, so we need to go in here and we have to set the damp to 0, and then it should be fine. Yes, then we are fine again. Okay, so that needs to be 0, 0. That's fine. Let's try the M mode here. So the overview camera, so that needs to be 150. We decided that previously. That's a position composer. How do we make it? No, wait a second. Do we actually need this position? Okay, position. No, following. That shouldn't it just be follow maybe? So that's not what we want. I think we just want hard look at targets. Nope. We want maybe third person following. And then we want the camera distance to be 150. But we want it to be at a fixed, it shouldn't. Oh, maybe overview, maybe we are, no. Tracking targets. Let's see here. So the okay, let's just quickly fix that reversed third person, 0, 0, and then let's open up. And that's another reason why it's good to have the current version of the game in another project on my machine. So I have basically, for the technical people here, I have basically the game checked out 2 places on my disk. One is checked out to the main branch, which is the one that I'm releasing, you know, regular updates on, and the other one is checked out on the Unity 6 branch, which is where I'm doing the Unity 6 things, because one of them is running on Unity 6 and the other one is running on Unity 2022. So by having it, I could also have it in the same one and then switch the branches, but then have to change all the files every time. So I actually have it 2 times on my machine. Don't know if that makes sense at all, but the benefit of that is that I can now open the current version in the old Unity version and then see how this is set up, because I'm in doubt about this overview camera, and I don't want to go back in the map essentials now, like the discard all the changes because then I'm losing everything. I don't want to do that. I just want to see this specific one, if it's actually set to follow the player target, or if it's set to something different, because right now it seems like it's following the mouse, but I want it just to, you know, following the player basically from straight up looking down. So I'm moving the current version of the game now. I know it's super confusing and you don't really care, but I'm saying it anyway. Please make the game for Xbox, please. Well, yeah, at some point maybe, but I still have Leo. I still have a lot of stuff I want to add to the game, and adding stuff to a game that needs to work on different platforms is not easy. So I'm trying to make things, and I'm only me, and I'm working in my spare time on this. So I want to make the game finished, quote unquote, because it will never really be finished because I can always add more, but I need to get it to a point where it's like finished enough to spend time porting it or making it also build and work on Xbox and PlayStation. But it's not like checking a button and then everything is fine. First of all, there's this technical thing it has to actually build for the platform, but there is also a lot of things. I haven't tried to do anything for Xbox or PlayStation yet, but I tried doing something for Android and App Store. I'm pretty sure they have similar things. They have different rules. For instance, in an Xbox game, you cannot show PlayStation icons, for instance, or a mouse icon or a keyboard icon. So, for instance, all the control icons have to be, you know, Xbox icons. Same goes for PlayStation. Then they don't want to show Xbox items, just to say some things. And then they have a lot of other things that don't have anything to do with building the game for Xbox or building the game for PlayStation. It's more kind of rules about how a PlayStation game should work on a PlayStation. What players expect on that platform, which makes sense, but it takes a lot of time to do. Okay, anyway, so it is still just, okay, it's because it doesn't have to look at, it's just a following. Okay. So just be following. Okay, so the overview camera, you didn't see it, but I was looking here it looks a lot more like the same, but up here you can see that it's a different version. It's the old version, and the overview camera is actually following this player following virtual target, but it's not looking at it. And I guess that maps to, in the new one, to not have a rotation thing. So, okay. So I should just, so it should basically just be, wait a second. So the following position should just follow that target that we have here, but it shouldn't rotate. So if I just set the rotation here, like correctly, let's see if that's correct. So it should but just be pointing down now. I don't know if that makes sense, if that makes sense at all, but what you see here, what you see here is actually a camera looking down. There's nothing to look at, but looking down, because I set it to this one, and the position, I can just reset that because it will be moving anyway. And then we have the distance to 150 from the target, and we damping one might be okay to make it a little like and then we can try some, if this works we can try something funny, or maybe so now it should just position it following the player and shouldn't be rotating. So I think it works now. If this works, it could be interesting to try and change the camera for being instead of being a perspective one, it could be interesting to have just a top down. Basically, wait. No, wait. We are used to moving it. For Satan. I forgot. It should move with the mouse. We are used to looking around with the mouse in the M view. But it was because I was thinking ahead. I was thinking that we actually just need a top-down view, because that M mode we have today, you can actually get the same with the third-person view, just by scrolling out. So let's see. Okay, so whoa. So when I hit the M now, it goes like this. Yeah. Hello, Storm HD. It flips around a bit, but yeah, that's something different. Let's see. So where is that we are setting that? Dead zone depth. What is that? Hard limits. Center on active. Damping. Should it just be 0 maybe? Okay, the damping should just be 0. Okay. So maybe we should have a rotation. Oh, cool window. Cool. So maybe rotate component. Hard look at. Can we just make it rotate just in one axis, the Y axis? Now I'm a little lost again. I don't get that. I don't get that rotation thing. Rotate with following target. Okay, so that's the one. Okay, so that's really the one we had before. Just a second. Okay, back again here. I have to go soon because there's dinner time, but I can see here the rotate with follow target of course makes sense. That's the one we are used to having. Like we can do like this. I can't remember if we, let me see here. I can scroll here. Okay, so we cannot scroll in this one normally. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Can't we change? How do we change the? Ah, here, the orthographic mode. Cinemachine brain. Okay. Here. Update method. Lens mode override. Default mode perspective. Ah, okay. So I'm just playing around now, just for the sheer fun of it. So okay. Okay, so we can be in first person mode here, and then we go to M, and then it becomes, of course, then it should be kind of a top down thingy. So like, okay, so like I was just playing around with the idea of having some map view like this, you know, that is flat. So like you had like this, maybe 150. So you had a no, rotation like this, 90 and 0. So you basically had a map that was, I don't know if you can see it actually, but now the map doesn't have any depth. Now it's just orthographic. It's just like a flat, but it looks weird when you are, but I can change that so it's like just cutting to it. I can change that so it doesn't fade like this. It was just, at some point we need this overview map thing anyway. But yeah, I'm just playing around now with settings just as I'm in this one right now. Okay, but okay, so we just need to add that rotation at least to make that work. Okay, so I think that was all for now. Just me rambling for 2 hours is enough, I think. Oh, we forgot the chat. It's out here. Or did we? Okay, just let's see. Did we just? Okay, it's there now. I removed the chat and I forgot about it, so sorry about that. But anyway, so what did we do today? We got so we upgraded the TextMesh Pro. I'm actually still, I need to upgrade or rebuild the font actually. Upgrade Unity 6, I already did that before the stream, but we upgraded the Cinemachine, or we are working on upgrading the Cinemachine. And as you can see, that was a bigger deal because it have a lot of different things that can go wrong, and different things I need to change in settings. As you can see, I've just tweaked all the different virtual cameras for the third person, first person, and third person reversed, and the overview camera to make that work and look as it does in the current version, even though, as you can see, it's set up completely, or not completely, but a lot different, with different components and different way of doing things. And I needed to learn that because I haven't played around with it before. So so that was good. So progress, even though it's not looking like much, it's actually upgrading from Cinemachine 2 point something to Cinemachine 3 point something. Does it add a lot to the game? No, not right now, but maybe there are some components that I need in Cinemachine in the future that is only in version 3. Typically the new version is also performing better, so it typically always makes sense to upgrade to the latest one. But thank you for hanging out with me today. I will try and do more live streams in the future. I say that every time, but I actually hope to be able to do that more, kind of, you know, just surprise live streams like this, where I'm just going live, working on something for half an hour, 2 hours, and then out again. But this time it was 2.5 hours, which is pretty crazy. And now it's dinner time, so I'm out. See you guys in the next one.